Okay, let's see here. Are we live? Doesn't look like it. Hang on, let me see if I can do this. Gotta make sure this is appearing on screen. I don't know if it is. And we're just gonna take a gander and see if this is working properly. Hey, look, it's me. Hey guys, how are you doing? Y'all doing alright? Oh, I hope so. There's supposed to be something appearing on screen, but I don't know why it's not showing up. Hmm. There was supposed to be some kind of chat box appearing like I do with, well, not with my usual stream, but I'm trying to get it to pop up on screen, but it's not working. Nah, I'll figure it out some other time. How are you guys doing? You guys doing great? I should probably, excuse me, I should probably get the word out. Let people know that I'm doing a little live stream. There we go. Just doing what I can to let people know that I am live. I'm trying to have a more professional type, I guess, appearance to this whole thing. Like I said, I'm still new to live streaming, so if I screw something up, let me know. it's uh, it's a process and a half, essentially. So yeah. Hmm. Yep, that should be good. Okay. Anybody here? Just two people. Okay. Well, that makes sense. We just got started anyway, so it's gonna it's gonna take a hot minute for some more people to arrive. So yeah. This is just gonna be a casual chill out stream. We're just gonna talk, shoot the breeze, this that, and the other. Maybe we'll smoke some weed. Okay, we're not gonna do that, but you know, it's the thought that counts. You probably thought I was gonna do that, but turns out I wasn't going to at all. Like that little icon right there in the center. That's, or not the center. I'm sorry, off to the side. That's me. That's a little me. No, that's a really old picture, but I thought, hey, that would make a great image to use for the thumbnail of this stream. So you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it and just go with it. Go with the flow. That being as my first night off in so long, Jesus, it's been about a week since I've last actually had a day off. So I figured, hey, day off, might as well, you know, um, fire up a stream and say hey to the people. Hello, Deadpool wrestler, long time no see. No smoke. I get what you're trying to say. Yeah. Excuse me. Sinuses are going crazy as of late. I don't know why that is. I was gonna add music in this stream. I don't know if I still can. Although I think if I try, it might be a little too loud because I've had bad experiences with adding in music or background noise. So it might be a little loud if I try it. So I don't think I'm gonna risk it at all. But yeah, that's me for you. I'm very I'm so inexperienced when it comes to this stuff. I feel like I'm a total schmuck when it comes to doing live streams. But you know, ever since Google Hangouts was taken away, gone but not forgotten. Rest in peace, Google Hangouts. It was so easy to stream. I know I've said this before, but it was so easy to stream when Google Hangouts was a thing, right? So naturally, with it being so easy, I could invite anybody that I knew at just the click of a link. Now it just seems like streaming has just gotten so complicated. I don't know. It's probably just me, but I miss the old days. And Evil Outcast has just snuck into the stream. Howdy there, neighbor. Don't steal anything. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. um, I should probably mention this image you're seeing right now. Yeah, I'm trying to work with Photoshop. My friend Abby Blackbird told me about this program that I could use to do more Photoshop work. So I figured, hey, let's try it out. And I tried it out, and it's pretty good. Downside is I got to pay a subscription fee just to save the images. But you know, one step at a time, I guess. What are y'all doing tonight? Doing anything special? Anything super duper special? Hello, Cass. How are you? Yeah. Deadpool Wrestler. Yeah, they have a badass name. I almost said she. I don't want to assume anything because it's kind of weird though. It's kind of weird. I've known a lot of people in my comment section for literal years, but the idea of whether they're male or female has never really come across to me. I don't know. It's just a thing. I've never actually thought of it before, but I guess I'm thinking about it now. So that's a thing. I'm really debating on what it is that I want it to do because I don't normally just stream with silence going on in the background, or at least try to do it with silence in the background, because in most cases, you might hear noises from, say, my roommate, or maybe you might hear the police cars that are going around outside because I live next to the fucking ghetto. I get that way too, Outcast. I mean, it's normal to lose the motivation for video production, but sometimes you just gotta give yourself a little push, you know? You just gotta push yourself in the right direction, and then the motivation just comes right on back. Oh, is it delayed? What's going on? Maybe there's a problem with the Wi-Fi. I don't know. My roommate's playing Xbox right now, so yeah. I mean, are you sure, Outcast? It might just be your connection. I mean, from what I've seen so far, there's like a bit of a delay for for some people, but not nearly as long as you might be saying. Well, like Cass just said a moment ago, that's probably normal. I know not all live streams can flow perfectly. I guess there's obviously going to be some kind of delay with each and every second that passes by because not everything is perfect, especially when it's a live connection. So normally, generally speaking, yeah, there is going to be a bit of an input delay, but that just comes naturally. I know I have Wi-Fi, otherwise this stream would not be possible. So yeah, there's that. Just gonna take a couple seconds, wait for the peeps to pop in. Peep beep pop or poop or pop. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Just a bunch of P words. And some certain P words I can't see on YouTube, otherwise I'll get the yellow dollar sign. Not that I monetize my content anyways. Hello, how do you do, fellow young dudes? I was just thinking about the Steve Buscemi meme with him with the skateboard. How you doing, young dudes? That's probably gonna be us in a couple of years anyway. Oh, I probably shouldn't get my phone so close to the mic. That might be some electric interference. I don't wanna hurt your ears by way of technology. You ever seen the movie Pulse? Think of it like that. Only it's not really with the undead coming out of the phones and technology that inhabit our daily lives. I don't know why my sinuses are acting up. I mean, I'm not sick. I haven't been sick in a long time, but fuck me, man. That's. Oh. It's been a long time since you streamed. Yeah, I get that. It's been a while since I last streamed, too. Last time I did something like this was when I was playing Resident Evil 4, so I just wanted something to do, so that something was me inevitably playing Resident Evil 4. I really should do more gaming streams. That'd be actually would be kind of fun. Only downside is I have a bad problem with the audio, I guess you could say. I don't know what it is, but every time I've tried, it never really. Okay, the in-game or video sound always overlaps me talking, and I don't know why that happens. I don't know how to fix that. I've tried so many different things to try and make that stop, but it never works. I don't know. It's probably just me. Maybe I'm just being stupid. Maybe I'm just so inexperienced. But we'll take it one step at a time. That's the best thing we can do. I'm just gonna start posting the stream in my friends' Discord servers just for the hell of it. Because what's better than letting people know you're streaming is bombarding your friends with them knowing that you're streaming. Yeah, that's the thing. I gotta say though, my first week of January, not week, what am I saying? The first month of the new year of 2024 with January, it hasn't really gone off so well. It got a bit of a rocky start. I mean, a lot of you guys know about the story about how I got scammed by somebody in real life. Now, I want to mention, a lot of people have asked me if they know the person that did this to me. No, no, no. The scammer who did this to me is somebody that I know in my personal life, an old friend. someone who I thought was my friend but kind of betrayed my trust. But the reason I made it as public as I did was because, well, I wasn't doing it to get sympathy from people. I did it because I basically panicked, because at that time I didn't have a lot of money left, and this person had promised to give me over $600 to help me pay my rent for the month, because I went through a bad situation with the Greyhound bus system on trying to get back home from my vacation, right? And I was worried I wasn't going to have any money to pay my rent for the month, so they promised me that they would send me $600 if I, say, help them get a hotel room for the night and some bus fare money for themselves. So me thinking that I could easily trust this person, I said, sure, go ahead. I can let you have money for this whole thing. You're homeless right now, so I want to help you out because we've been friends for a while. So I put my trust in this girl, and I gave her the money that she needed. Waited the next day for me to get paid. Nothing came up. Nothing at all. So when that happened, I immediately requested the $600 via Cash App to her, because I wanted her to keep her word, because we agreed to it. We shook hands on it. And my request was denied, and I got blocked by her on my social media. This individual went completely back on their word and essentially scammed me out of, sorry, just hair on my mic. I'm really bugged by it. Had essentially scammed me out of money that I rightfully deserved. And so, because of that fact, I didn't have money to pay my rent for the month. Not all of it. It still hasn't fully been paid off. And because of that, I panicked, because I was worried that I might get evicted, because I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm still short. So that's why I brought the situation up and made it public, because I was just in a very bad state of mind, thinking that the world was going to end. But obviously that's an exaggeration. That isn't actually going to happen. But the fact that it actually did happen in general is just pretty disgusting. It's sickening how some people who you've known for almost your entire life will betray you at the drop of a hat, just because they're in a bad spot and they use you for financial gain. And this person did. Hey there, maniacs. How are you? I'm just hanging in there best way I can. So, it's been rough. I know I said before that I was talking about the whole situation with the Greyhound bus. Now, I guess I'll tell you this story real fast. I don't know how many of you guys have used Greyhound before for traveling. It's arguably cheaper than getting the lowest cheap flight on a plane or whatever. Say, how a plane ride can be like, how a flight can be, say, a couple $100 at best, maybe $1,000 depending on where you're going. For me, the excuse me, the trip cost me about $160 for the first trip, and over $100 back. Sorry, $200, for the trip back. Now, the prices fluctuate depending on what date you choose to buy the ticket on. Like, say, if you bought your ticket the day you were leaving, it would be more expensive. And if you bought the ticket the day before, it would be a little bit less expensive. And then the week before your trip, cheaper, and so on and so on. It all just depends on when you plan on departing, right? Now, it is partially my fault, but also, I guess, partially not my fault. That hair on the mic is bothering me. Get off the goddamn foam cover thing I put on this thing. It's bugging me. I think I might have OCD. I don't know. Anyways, as I was saying, the whole situation with that was basically I had spent the next 4 days in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because I used to live there many years back. Why I was living there, that's a separate issue entirely. A separate story, excuse me. But I had friends there that I made promises to visit, right? Because we were still friends. We lived together. I wanted to visit these friends and say, hey, I'm still around. I'm still alive. And it only, my God, it only took me like 7 years just to get around to doing it. So clearly it's been a while. I was 21 at the time. I'm 27 now. So it's been it's been very, very long since that day. But I bought the ticket a week in advance. I asked to take a vacation from my job. They accepted it because I hadn't taken one the entire year. So for 10 whole days, I was off. And I knew that the trip in itself was going to take a long time to do. So to put this in perspective, where I'm from, I've made it very clear that I'm from the state of Virginia. Virginia's where I'm from, and I used to live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I bought the ticket knowing that this would take a long time to travel. So on average, a bus ride from here to Tulsa, especially with all the transfers going on, would take roughly 2 days max. Now you're probably thinking, oh, you spent 2 days on a bus? How did you manage? Well, the thing is, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it was a little stiff at times, especially trying to sleep on those things, but you kind of adapt and get used to it, right? So with all the transfers I had to do, I knew I wasn't going to be on the exact same bus every single time. And obviously, we would stop for breaks and bathroom breaks and this, that, and the other. And so we did just that. So on the way there, 2 days later, I arrive. I met some good people. I met a lot of fun people, made some new friends. I gotta say, though, it was very cold on that trip there, too, because a lot of the places that we stopped in, there was snow coming down everywhere. This is back when that big old blizzard was happening, where it hit almost every single upper state from where I'm from. Like, at one point, my ride took me to Pennsylvania. Yeah, I had to go north just to go head out west, but I don't make the schedule. They do. And I gotta say, like, the drivers there are rude as hell. Like, there's so many, like, bitter, rude people when it comes to the Greyhound bus system. That's one reason as to why I'm so sick of taking them, because everyone there is just, they just hate their lives, you know? They hate their job, they hate everything, and they're just so rude to people day in and day out. Ugh. It's such a toxic place to be. Regardless, one of my stops was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right? And even some of most of the transfer stops were just disgusting, to say the least. Despite the fact that it was very cold out and there was snow coming down almost everywhere, the bathroom situation was horrible. You can tell that they didn't care to restock anything or clean up anything, so naturally, the bathroom smelled horrible, and because of that fact, there was nothing restocked. So me using the bathroom was not an option. So I essentially just said, I'm not using this. This is disgusting. Y'all are gross. So after 2 days of hell, I get to Tulsa. And when I do, right? When I do get there, it's good. I meet back up with my friend, we hang out, we catch up on certain things, and we have a good old time. And then we go out to eat at a restaurant. We went to a ramen bar called Jinya, and Jinya. There are a lot of ramen shops with that same name around the area, not just in Tulsa, but I think in other states around that area as well in the Midwest. Now, I don't know how many states have it, but Tulsa has it, and it's really good there. The food there is amazing. It's a fantastic ramen bar, delicious. And so, seeing how we were out celebrating, I bought dinner for all of us, and we went back to his place, and we just hung out there, watched some movies, talked, shot the shit, all that good stuff. We had a good time. In the 4 days that I was there, I had a really good time. And then later on, I had gone to the mall with that same friend because we had to get out of the house for a bit for a separate reason. What that separate reason was, I won't really say, but it involves my friend's roommate, but that's a different story. We decided to walk to the mall, right? And on the way there, we noticed that the ground had completely frozen. Like, it was just frozen solid. If you tried stepping on this stuff, you would slip and slide all over the place. Every part of the road to the sidewalk was icy. It was completely unwalkable, but we had to be out there anyways because of the fact that we couldn't be in the house when this roommate was talking to someone. I think it was a therapist he was talking to. He didn't want anyone in the house when that was going on, so naturally, we stepped outside to just kill time until it was time to head back in, right? So we walked to the mall, and I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but the second I walked out of the garage of my friend's house, right, as soon as we stepped foot outside, I slip and I fall and bust myself on the driveway. I was like, whoa! I fall and crush my hand when I landed. I look up at my friend who's just looking at me, who just slipped and fall, and he's dying of laughter. He's pointing at me, just dying. Oh my god, he was so weak. Good god, man. He was weak as hell. No cap, no cap. I tell you. And to be honest, in hindsight, it was kind of funny looking back because you don't really see a comedic slip like that occur, and it occurred despite the fact that I was hurt a bit. But I got over it. I got back up, and that's when we realized just how icy everything was. So we start walking on the pavement, right? And we start shuffling. Okay, so let me put it like this. You know that episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob can't tie his shoes, right? And he's just like slowly inching his way towards Squidward holding a Krabby Patty, where he's like shuffling his feet, like yeah. Think of it like that. That's how that's how we emotionally moved on the terrain until we got to to grass, right? Now I say grass because we were able to walk perfectly fine on the grass that was there because that was the only part that wasn't frozen solid that we would slip on, obviously, so we could walk with ease on that. And so we excuse me. So we tread as lightly as we possibly can. And for the most part, it works out. We're able to move ever so slowly out of the neighborhood, and we do slip and fall a couple of times while having a laugh in between. And so we make it into town, right? But before we stop at the mall, right? We decide, hey, why don't we get some food? And so we do just that. We get some food and we go to the nearest Waffle House, which is close by. I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but I do love me some Waffle House. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. But that's me. That's me. So naturally, we go inside, we eat, and we realize, oh yeah, this is going to be pretty rough once we get back onto the road. Now, the reason as to why we were walking to the mall is because my friend doesn't have a car. He doesn't own a car, so we naturally take public transport or we'll walk somewhere that's in close proximity. And this place was in close proximity, and I believe it was also Sunday that day as well, so I don't think the buses were running that day. Not that it really matters, because I'm used to walking to wherever I need to go. It's not a big deal. But we start walking out again, and we get to the mall, right? But we find out we can't even reach the front doors. Literally, the entire parking lot is coated in ice. We can't barely move. And so we're slipping and sliding our entire way just to get across a goddamn parking lot, right? He starts to cover some ground because he got a stick or a branch that he picked up, and he starts like dragging himself across the ice like he's on a frozen river just to get to dry land. And by dry land, I mean the concrete that was the sidewalk of the mall. And I'm like, wait, don't leave me behind. And he starts leaving me behind. I'm like, you asshole. He's laughing at me the entire time. He's like, I'm going to get there before you. And so I eventually managed to get across that icy parking lot. We make it inside, and then we just spend the entire day hanging out, just killing time. And I noticed a lot of the locations there were closed down because of the fact that everything was so icy out there. I guess they were expecting that there weren't going to be a lot of customers, so there naturally weren't. So around this time, my hand is still hurting, right? Or my wrist, I should say. Now, I mean, it hurt upon impact, yeah, but I didn't severely hurt it, I guess, when I fell. So it wasn't too bad. So I could still manage pretty well. So here we are, we're walking around the mall, right? Just killing time, enjoying ourselves, until we eventually have to go back. But I figured, before we go back, I might as well stop by the little massage parlor they got there, where it's basically like a Chinese massage center, right? Where they give you any kind of massage you want, the same way they do like in China with pressure points, and sometimes what is that thing called where they walk on your back? I don't know what it's called, but it's like one of those massages where they'll walk on you, or they'll just apply pressure with either their hands, or maybe like with a hot towel to help soothe you. It's one of those places. Really nice place. So I'm like, I haven't gotten a massage in a hot minute. It's been a long, long time, and my back hasn't been feeling all that well because of the job. I'm sure I got like a ton of knots. So let's go in there. Let's pay for a trip there. So yeah, let's pay for a massage, right? And so I do just that, and I get it, and it felt really good. And after it was all done, I felt amazing. Like I haven't felt this good in so long. My God. Again, I'm 27. I feel like I'm talking like I'm 40 years old or something. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. I'm probably just exaggerating it. But long story short, I felt really good after that whole thing was done. And so, with that, right? Sorry, I was just looking at the chat real fast to see what was being said. Anyways, we walk out, we head back home, and I start texting one of my friends who you actually saw on my YouTube short, and you might have seen her on her TikTok, Elfie. My friend Elfie. She lives in Oklahoma as well. By pure happenstance, I found that out. So it's kind of funny how that worked out. So we agreed to actually meet up in person. So I'm like, hey, that's perfect. I get to meet another content creator in person. Let's do it. And we're like, yeah, let's do some TikToks together. Now, it was raining that day as well. So the weather wasn't perfect for outside TikToks, right? And seeing how we were in public, I couldn't just put on the Lance's creepy reading attire and just wear it in public. Otherwise, I would have gotten some weird ass looks from people. They might think I might be up to something suspicious. So, goddamn. So we start doing TikToks inside of our car after we hung out and talked for a bit, and we had fun for the most part. I mean, it wasn't really how I would have liked us to do our TikToks. I would have preferred that we actually could have been outside and doing them together, but I understand given the circumstances that we had to do them inside the car for the sake of not just privacy, but also to stay dry. So we do some TikToks, we hang out, and just have fun. Eventually, we say goodbye to one another, and hopefully, we'll be able to meet again one day and actually do more stuff together, because me and Elfie are really good friends. So hopefully, me and her can do more stuff together. So yeah, if you guys want to check out Elfie's TikTok, go to my YouTube Shorts. You'll see the short that we made together, and I linked her account down below. So yeah, just look her up and give her a follow. She's really cool. She is really cool. Anyways, come the next day, I realize I do have to inevitably go back home, right? So I buy my ticket for $200 and I say goodbye to my friends. I go to the drop-off area and I gotta wait until the bus arrives because I arrived there about an hour early. Come to find out that I can't find it. Now, where I was dropped off at was actually at a college campus. This is where the bus that was going to pick me up originally was supposed to be at. So I look around, and I can't find it anywhere. Come the time where I actually do need to get on my bus because the time was arriving, and I had to find it fast, I tried following the map directions. I tried looking all over the place trying to find it. I could not find it anywhere. For whatever reason, it was nowhere to be found. Not even the app where it showed the bus's location helped at all, because when I arrived at the destination spot, the bus was not there at all. There just wasn't anything there in sight. Eventually, the time came when the bus was going to depart, and literally as I'm rounding the corner, I see it. But it's already pulling away, and I'm far further away from it, so I have no way of flagging it down so it can let me on. So just because of that case of bad luck, I completely miss it. All because I couldn't find it anywhere until the last second. So naturally, I'm panicking a little inside because I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Am I stranded here? How am I going to get back home? So I do what anybody else would do, right? And so I call the customer service number. I got to wait through their automated menus that never shut up, to be honest. I literally could not skip any of that stuff. I had to sit through that entire thing, and it was so annoying. I push the number to speak to a representative. I got to wait a couple of seconds, and I finally get connected to somebody. I talk to them. I'm like, "Hey, I explain my situation. I got stranded, so I want to know if there's any way I can catch another bus at a later time, or if there is a way for the driver to stop so I can get picked up." And I'm told that the driver cannot stop. It has to be on schedule, his own schedule. Which I figured. I mean, yeah, no shit. I mean, obviously the bus driver can't just stop for one person, but it was the thought that counts, right? So I'm told the only thing I can do is that I have to basically purchase another ticket. Now, keep in mind, the ticket was $200 the previous day. How much was it this day for a trip today? 300, over 300, and I did not have that kind of money. I couldn't afford to buy the ticket. So naturally, I'm pretty pissed off. I asked them, well, why can't you just give me a refund for my previous ticket? That makes sense, right? If something like this happens, I should be eligible for a refund, right? What do? They tell me no. Why? Because the ticket is called non-refundable. It's a non-refundable ticket. Not that it ever said anything about that before on the site when I got it. But no, they essentially said, screw you, we're not giving you a refund. You're basically stuck there. And that pissed me off so much. I mean, of course, I didn't lose my shit over the phone, obviously. I just acted all disappointed and sad. Well, I was. But on the inside, I was fuming because I'm like, you guys basically just left me here. That's it. I mean, yeah, it was my mistake. I couldn't find the bus in the first place. But the fact that, despite all that, your only solution is to not help me out by giving me a refund, which I am totally entitled to, by the way. I am totally allowed to get a refund. That is something that I could have had, but no. I'm denied it, and I have to buy a completely new ticket just so I can get back home. So I panic, and I do the only thing I can think of, and I call my parents, and I tell them, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm kind of stranded in Tulsa. I have no way of getting back home because Greyhound is being a piece of shit right now. And so because of that, they agreed to help me out. And they did. They sent me some funds so I could buy the ticket. I buy the ticket. I go to the proper Tulsa bus station. And finally I get to leave. I start going home. Come to find out that midway through my trip back, the bus breaks down. Now, I don't know what happened, but apparently something in the bus's coolant engine stopped. Coolant engine, what am I saying? The bus was overheating. That's what I meant to say. The bus was completely... The bus was overheating. And it completely stopped in the middle of a dead highway. So we were stranded there for a few more hours, going completely off schedule. And when that happened... When that happened, we had to wait 3 hours, I believe, for a repairman to come out. Because we were so far into, what was it? Were we in Pennsylvania still? Maybe we were in Maryland, I think. I don't know. We were pretty far out from the actual destination. Eventually, we got the entire thing fixed. The bus got fixed, and we were on our way. I actually fell asleep midway through because I thought that I wasn't going to make it the entire night without falling asleep. So I fell asleep thinking, okay, we'll probably get moving by the time I wake up. And what do you know? We were moving as I was sleeping. And when I woke up, I'm like, oh, hey, the bus got fixed. Whoopity-doo. We got this. And so I eventually make it back home. I eventually do. And ever since that day when I got completely screwed over by the Greyhound bus system, I promised myself that I would never take Greyhound again. Then, you know what? Yeah, that's something I'm never going to do. Ever. I get that it's a cheaper way to travel for a lot of people, but due to the disgusting conditions in the station, the rude drivers and rude staff, and how you can be completely denied a refund when you clearly deserve one, yeah, no. There's no chance I'm ever taking that thing ever again. That company sucks. Yeah. And of course, there's a story about how I got scammed shortly after. I already told you that story, but yeah, long story short, my entire month of January, the very beginning of 2024, did not work out well for me at all. So, yeah. Even worse is even before that vacation even started, I caught COVID. So, I was sick with COVID for about a week or so before anything like that even occurred. So that's like a triple whammy, you know. I get COVID, I get stranded, and then I get scammed. So sick, stranded, scammed. That was my entire month of January in a nutshell. I could do that, Cass. I could realistically do that if I wanted to, but at this point, I don't want to waste my time with those people anymore. At this point, I just want to forget about Greyhound and just stop worrying about it so much, but I still feel like I needed the vent. But yeah, the point is, I'm back home, and I'm glad that I was able to get back when I did. So yeah, that was quite a story, right? Yeah, that was something. It was one hell of a journey for me. I think next time I go and fly somewhere, and yes, I will be flying next time. I'll probably use Southwest Airlines or something that's I think is modestly affordable for one person. And I believe next place I'll travel to, if I ever do want to take a vacation, which I inevitably will. I will take one at some point, hopefully in the summertime. And when I do, I'm hoping that the next vacation spot I do take would be probably Florida. I've been there multiple times. I would love to go back there and visit my friends there. So yeah, Florida is definitely on my radar for next place that I want to visit in the country. Will I ever get to go out of country? I hope. God, I hope. But I need a passport for that first, and I haven't gotten one yet. So that's on me until I eventually do get one. I just wish flying wasn't so dang expensive. I tell you, it's so expensive, like to just travel, you know. And it's ridiculous how expensive it is. It really should not be $1,000 just to get a plane flight somewhere. That is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I don't care who you are, you cannot justify $1,000 price tag for a plane ticket. You just can't. And that's round trip. But I'm not a pilot. I don't work for airlines, so who knows? Maybe I sound really ignorant saying that, but that's just one of the many things that I do get pissed off at when it comes to certain things. But yeah, you guys have heard me rant and ramble on about this whole story for long enough. I'm sorry. I know that took up a lot of time in the stream. I didn't mean for it to, but it just did. I just had a lot to say. I did. I really did. So, yeah, that's on me. My bad. My bad, fam. So if any of you in the chat have any idea of something that I could do to pass the time while this stream is still going on while we're hanging out, just, let me know. Yeah? Let's see, we got about 9 viewers in the chat. Okay, hello, 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 everybody. How are you? Chat's been dead for a couple of minutes. That has to be expected. Yeah. Even worse, I've been losing some subscribers for like the past couple of days now. I've lost about maybe 5 since I last checked. That's a shame. But it's to be expected. I was gone for quite a long time, so I'm not going to defend myself on that one. That's kind of my fault. On a more fun stuff, planning on finishing this. I guess I could do that, yeah, but I don't know. Do I really want to? I mean, I could, yeah, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Lexi B, hello, hello, how are you? It is me, Lance's creepy reading. Just rambling like a moron for the last couple of... excuse me, last couple of minutes. Yeah, it's not every day I get to do a live stream, but when I do, I love it. I do. And I've been working like mad, I tell you, for like the past couple of days now. It's been so bad. I've been oversleeping like every single night, or day I should say, because I work nights. And because of that, I never really have time to do anything until I eventually have to leave. Because I leave for work around like say 9:30, or even before that, because my shifts usually start at 10 o'clock. And I got to work until 6 or 7 in the morning. On average, 7 is when I usually get off at. So if I wake up late and I don't have the motivation to do anything, I'll just browse YouTube, maybe watch some TV for a bit, and make something really quick and fast for a meal. And that was my week for the entire week, for the past 7 days. It's just wake up late, eat something quick, go to work, go to bed, and just completely oversleep. Now, I don't know why that's happening, but it's been happening. It has. I mean, it only happened the other day because yesterday, I believe, yeah, I was invited out to go and have breakfast with my coworkers. Me and my coworkers are good friends, right? So we will hang out outside of work, and on occasions, we'll after our shifts end, we'll go and have breakfast together. Yeah. So with that, we will meet up at any random place, whether it be a Waffle House, like mentioned before, or an IHOP, or any one of the other chain restaurants that we have going around here in Virginia, where I'm from. And so we'll go out, we'll have breakfast together, and we'll just have a good time, you know? Be among friends. And so with that, we'll eventually go back home, and, you know, we'll go to bed in preparation for the next night. Now, I should mention I am required to come in early and also stay later, because I cannot physically get off work until the manager on duty arrives, because I am technically a manager there myself. I am a key holder there, although it is technically a manager position because we don't have an assistant at all. So I guess you could say I'm the temporary assistant manager. So whenever our grocery manager is not scheduled that day, I take over and I'm in charge for the whole night. So the leadership falls onto me. And of course, I'm naturally in charge of locking up the store that I'm in, setting the alarm and opening it back up whenever we open. And I'm in charge of doing the order as well as keeping stock of our inventory. So it can be a really busy job, but yeah, I'm effectively a retail manager. Although I am next in line to become the assistant grocery manager, as that position is going to be given to me. I just have to wait for the paperwork to be signed over so I can get the position like in full. But by and large, I am technically the assistant grocery manager at this store. So yeah. I'm the understudy. Yeah, that's the word I was thinking about earlier. Yeah, I'm technically the understudy. Yeah, that's what I am, all right. And so, yeah, I have that position filled where I'm in charge for most nights whenever the head manager's not there. But it's not all bad. It's pretty good. Nothing to really complain about. And so, yeah, past week working like hell, 7 days in a row. It's been a ridiculous time, at least for me. And with that, I've had no time to record videos at all. Thankfully, it's my night off, and I'm praying that I'm not called into work, because if I'm called into work, chances are I'm going to have to go because we won't have anyone to fill in for anyone that calls out or doesn't show up. So, naturally, I would have to go in, even if I wouldn't want to. So, yeah. I'm hoping that doesn't happen because I did want to record tonight and do some recording. And prior to that, I also wanted to do a live stream like I'm doing right now. So yeah, it's been one heck of a week for me. It's been crazy. But I am glad to be doing this still. I'm glad that I can casually sit down and have a chat with all of you. So I am grateful for that. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time to stop by and watch me talk and ramble. It feels like I've been streaming like for hours, but I'm looking at the time right now. It's only been 52 minutes max. We haven't even hit the hour yet. Oh my lord. I do want to invite more people into the stream. I do. I do. So, if I ever do decide to bring in more guests at some point, maybe fellow creators, fellow narrators, whatever the case may be, I'll probably set something up, but I don't know uh, what we would essentially be doing. I'm sure we could think of something. Yeah, everything has been very crazy, Maniacs. I totally get that. It's been ridiculous how difficult everyone's lives has been lately with everything. It just seems like we live, we work, we die. You know that saying, let's see, it's like that episode of SpongeBob. I don't know why I'm going back to SpongeBob for this, but I feel like this quote completely encapsulates most people's adult lives in a nutshell. Where he goes like, I order the food, you cook the food, and the customer gets the food. We do that for 40 years, and then we die. Where we essentially do nothing but work and work and work and work, to the point where we essentially don't have time to do anything. Don't have time to spend quality time with anybody. We're just working our lives away while having no time at all to be ourselves. It's like we're just a slave to the system, and we gotta keep doing all that we can just to make a living because things are way too expensive and we can't afford to live anymore. And it's been like that for means that I can finally do something else besides just work my butt off and just get too exhausted to do anything, because when the day off comes, I get happy. But then I spend most of it just relaxing and sleeping, because after such a rough week, you deserve a break, you know? It's like back in grade school, you know? How you're just working all like 5 days, right? And then the weekend comes around, you're so happy, you're pumped, and you're like, yeah, 2 days of doing nothing. But then other stuff could come up in those 2 days when you're off. It could be like a ton of homework or project. Maybe you have to do yard work that weekend as well. I don't know. Anything could happen. Or maybe you have a job around that time and you have to pull a late shift while studying for exams, you know? I've definitely been there. I mean, I'll admit, when I was in high school, I actually didn't have a job at all through that time span because I didn't want to distract myself with a job and just do schoolwork simultaneously. Now, looking back, that was a pretty stupid uh, way of thinking because I knew plenty of people that had a job while they were in school. I personally just didn't want to do that because, well, I thought that I wouldn't have time to, to study, do all my work to make sure that I graduated. Now, time management is not my thing. I'm not good at it at all, to be honest, but I don't know. Jeez. I would get better at it as time went on, but around that time, I was absolutely miserable at it. And I just didn't have a job around that time until I was, say, 19. Yeah, I was 19 when I got my first job, and it was just a basic little fast food job. It was at McDonald's. I hated it. It was horrible. 6 months of my life that I'll never get back. Let's put it like that. I tell you, it's crazy. You've been here since I started, but you haven't. Okay, okay. I guess my voice does make for good background noise. Ain't that right, cool cat? You know what, Maniacs? I think I kind of agree with you right there. I will go. Jesus. No, no, there might be a clown as the mascot, but I tell you, the clown is a lie. Okay, the clown is a lie. There's no smiles and fun at those places. It's awful, so awful. The worst thing you can ever do in your life is work at a McDonald's. Working at a McDonald's is not fun. Give me a pure white uniform, locking up people like it's Arkham Asylum any day over flipping burgers at a fast food restaurant. And I don't know why I'm talking like this, so I don't know, probably just to show that I can do a voice. And I'm doing a voice right now. Yeah. But enough about me. Enough about me and all my inner thoughts. Are y'all having a good night so far? Are y'all having a good time? In case some of y'all are wondering, my cats are doing alright too. I posted pictures of them every now and then. Kitty cats are doing just fine. They're loving, being affectionate. They're good little ones. I would bring one on stream, but one of my cat doesn't like to be held all that much. She doesn't really like being held, so she'll squirm out of your arms if you try to pick her up. But it would be nice to hear her meow on a stream, just so you guys can hear what she sounds like, because it sounds so cute. I like cats. I do. I grew up with cats. Oh, we're about to hit the 1 hour mark. Yeah, 1 hour streaming time. Woo! Okay, fine. Our cat. Okay, I get. Sorry. Jeez. Uh, the fur child is our child. You know what's weird? Some people actually don't like the idea of calling your pets fur babies. I see nothing wrong with it, to be honest. I actually think it's a really adorable thing. I mean, yeah, they're your pets, yeah, but they're also your children. You know, they're your children. They're just covered in fur, and they can't speak to you. Well, they can, but not not actually speak. They just talk in their animal noises. Yes, thank you. I know that's better. They just talk in their animal noises, and that's all they do. They talk to you for food. They talk to you for playtime. They talk to you for water. There we go again. I'm doing the stupid Boston accent again. You know what's weird? I only started doing that voice because many moons ago, well, not many, but back in October, right, I was doing a story called The One Bountiful Halloween, right? And I decided to do a voice for this character. And it was for the character of Death, as you might have seen in the story, Death. And he was changing into multiple people throughout that story, right? And one of which was some salesman guy. I think it was a salesman, if I remember correctly. And I realized that with the physical transformation, I had to just make up a voice for the character. So I naturally just went with. I was gonna do a Brooklyn accent originally, but then it just kind of just morphed into a Boston accent. So instead of talking like this, or talking like this, I would gradually talk like this in a Boston accent. So with the character talking like this, it kind of stuck out a bit. I think I can do multiple accents. There are some accents I can't do, but there are some that I can do fairly well. I can sometimes, and that's on rare occasions, sometimes do a southern voice, only if I am around a lot of people who have a southern drawl. Like, say, if I'm around my cousins who live in Kansas. So when I was visiting them a few months back, I actually did pick up a southern drawl in my voice. So on occasions, I'll get a slight southern drawl when I talk, if I allow it, that is. And so that's only one accent I can occasionally do. And so, yeah, when it comes to a lot of other American accents, I try my best to do a lot of the northern stuff, for example, like the Boston one that you heard earlier. And of course, there's the New York and the Chicago accent and the New Jersey accent. I'm sorry, that was bad. What if I just read like an entire story like in a Boston accent? That would be so funny. That would be wonderful. Jesus. Damn you, sinuses. Let me see here. I'm pretty sure y'all can still just see the picture on the stream. I did just click out of it just to see what would happen. Hang on, let me see here. Yeah, yeah, there you go. There you go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I'm sorry. uh I was actually gonna do a stream on Instagram originally because there were days where I would stream off Insta for a while, and I don't know. I guess I just chose not to do that. So I'm like, let's just go back to YouTube, the place that I stream best at. Yeah. And also, I've tried linking my Twitch to my Streamlabs account. For some reason, it never really works for me. I don't know what the deal is there. I do want to stream on Twitch one day. That would be really nice. It would. It would. Give me just one moment. Oh, and hello, Luna. How are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for dropping into the stream and saying hello. I'll be back soon, guys. I'm just trying to look for something real fast. Just hang in there. I'll be back soon. There we go. Huh. At first I couldn't hear the sound effects. Alright, you probably can't see it yet. Hold on, let me just minimize this, go back into Streamlabs. Okay, we got this going on. We got this going on. And now we got this going on. Real quick, you can see the screen, can't you? Can you hear the sound effects? I'm just gonna start clicking stuff on here just to make sure you guys can see what's going on. If any of y'all can hear it, please tell me. That way I'll know, I guess. Oh, don't wanna do that. Okay. Can I not get rid of my taskbar? Whatever. I'm sure it won't be a big deal. My voice is low. Okay, good, good. As long as you can actually hear what's going on. The mic is still plugged in, so hopefully it's not too low. Matter of fact, hang on. Okay, how do I sound now? Or maybe the sound effect is coming through the sound's coming through the wired headset I have on. I don't know, that shouldn't be happening. I do have the mic plugged in. Don't know why it was overacting like that. An old computer. Don't want to go. Why not? A wash basin. You mean a sink? I can just open up the. I like that. I can open up the curtains to the bathtub. Ah, yes, the washing machine is inside the bathroom. Question mark. What's with that place, seriously? It's filthy. It's practically falling apart. What were you thinking? He wanted to move for a change of pace, and this will not help him. You hear? Look, what can I do? He's not the richest guy, you know, and not many places come with furniture. Besides, you told me to look for a place, right? Don't come complaining to me now. You're right. I'm sorry. I just wanted to help David out. I know. Look, I should be sorry. We'll pay him a visit sometime. The license can wait. I guess I better get to bed. Oh, is that the phone? Domino's Pizza, how can I help you? Still? This is still. Okay. Okay. Wait. There, I just cranked up the volume on the Yeti. How do I sound now? I'd hope that works, because if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Do I sound better? Well, if I sound any better, just let me know, okay? A bit better? Okay. Sorry, I realize that I can't play the game unless I hear the noise going on. I don't know why I couldn't hear it before, but whatever. I can try.
Damn it. No, I can't stand you. I know you're there.
This is ridiculous.
That was pretty good. It never gets old to me. I've been playing that game for years, and I've always enjoyed it. Okay, I just plugged the mic back into my headset back into the mic. So, yeah. Let me just get rid of this. There we go. Back to basics. Let's see. What did I miss in the comments? Yes, Luna, you used to be a part of the narration community. Yep, those were good times. They were. So, yeah, a lot of fun times. Oh, I didn't see that. You got married? Oh, congratulations. I never realized that. Way to go, Dolly. Don't really know what else to do now, I guess. I mean, this was just a last minute thing I put together, so yeah, the streaming was a little fast, I guess, but hey, a nice little hangout stream is good. I like that. I do. Ugh, jeez, my arms. Ooh, so tired. Ooh. Yeah. You know what? We are almost 2 hours in, but nah, I don't really got a whole lot to do now. So, uh, if you guys want to give any last minute thoughts, you can. But I think I'm gonna end the stream soon. So yeah, yeah, I'm probably gonna cut this off at some point, relatively in a couple of minutes. Oh yes, Luna, congrats on getting married. I'm really happy for you. Congratulations. Maybe one day I will be married too. But one can only hope. Okay, no. That sounds so cheesy. All right, all right. No more fooling around. Enough of this tomfoolery. All right, I'm thinking I'm just gonna end the stream now. So, if y'all enjoyed, had a good time, let me know in the comments below. Yada yada yada. You know the deal. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It was good hanging out. It was good catching up with all you guys. So, I will do another stream at some point too. And when I do, hopefully, it'll be better planned out, I guess. So yeah. Thank you, Cass. I really hope it gets better too. One can only hope. Yeah. All right, everybody. So I'm just going to call it a night now. It was great hanging out. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out. Have a good night and take care. Good night.